Good Thursday morning, everybody. Can't believe it's already Thursday. This week is flying by. Somehow it's the longest and shortest week ever, if that even makes sense. Hope y'all are having a good Thursday morning. Not too cold out there. It's chilly. One thing that we're seeing on the satellite and radar, sponsored by Switch Electric, the last 6 hours, especially versus yesterday, we're just seeing the clouds kind of moving in from the west. You can see that strong cold front is already making its way into the Texas Panhandle. High pressure ridge moves off to the east. What all does this mean for us? It just means that today is going to be one of our warmest days that we've had in quite a while, but all of that is changing due to that cold front that's already into the Texas Panhandle that will make its way later on this evening, mainly overnight tonight. You can see it's really cold far to the north into the purple and pink. You got -4 in Minneapolis, 2 degrees in Chicago, Wichita at 24, Oklahoma City at 30, and then here locally all across the board in southeast Texas and even southwest Louisiana. If you want to find the upper 20s, you got to go far to the north like Newton, DeRidder, Kirbyville. Those areas are into the 20s, but further south, mainly into the low to mid 30s. Houston a little bit warmer at 38 degrees, and then down towards the coast, already into the upper 40s. Again, thanks to our sponsor of Do Good Credit Union. We're about 5 to 8 degrees warmer than we were 24 hours ago. That's probably 20 degrees warmer than we were coming up on Monday and Tuesday morning. But look at Huntsville being the warmest spot this morning, 10 to 12 degrees warmer than it was on Wednesday. We're going to continue that warming trend throughout the day today, but some big changes tonight as that cold front moves through. But this brings us for our outdoor and construction forecast, sponsored by Modern Concrete Material. Anything sporting-wise or construction-wise for today looks really good. No rain is in the forecast. We will see the clouds moving in from the west. Temperatures start out into the 30s, and then we warm up to the 50s by lunchtime. And this afternoon, we get into the low to mid-60s, and then that cold front moves in later on this evening. Here we are with the upper level flow, sponsored by Neutron Electrical Services. We've got that strong cold front north, really mainly into the Texas Panhandle, moves through later on tonight. Throughout the day on Friday, temperatures are going to be stuck into the low 50s Friday afternoon, and then by Friday night into Saturday morning, all across the board, we'll mainly be into the 30s to start out Sunday or Saturday. Our coldest Monday coming up will be on Sunday morning. Hard freeze conditions for a good portion of the region, upper teens to low to mid 20s, and then we start warming up once we get into middle of next week. But before that, look, we got high pressure ridge moving in on Saturday and Sunday. That means plenty of sunshine this weekend. That high pressure ridge continues to keep moving, and really what this does is opens up the door. By the time we get into Monday and Tuesday of next week, look out west. You can start seeing that maybe we start getting some lifts, start getting some energy, maybe start getting our chance for rain as we get into late Tuesday, mainly into Wednesday of next week. So really, as we start getting into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week, start warming up a little bit. Those afternoon highs into the 60s, overnight lows into the 30s and 40s, and then we introduce a chance for some rain possibly as we get into Wednesday. So here we are with the 5 to 7 days for the afternoon highs. Today will be the warmest. 64 degrees is what we're going with, but a cold front comes through tonight. Afternoon high is going to be stuck into the low 50s coming up on Friday, low 40s on Saturday, low 50s on Sunday, and then that slow gradual warming trend as we get into early to middle of next week. Futurecast for today, sponsored by Neutron Electrical Services. We're going to see the clouds kind of work in from the south, also the west, but strong cold front moves through later this evening, overnight tonight. This model's wanting to show some rain towards Sugar Land and Houston. Not buying it. We're going with the dry forecast. After that cold front moves through, colder air will continue to push in throughout the day on Friday. Again, those afternoon highs mainly into the upper 40s to low 50s. And then by the time we get into Friday evening, into Friday night, Saturday morning, majority of the region will start off into the 30s coming up on Saturday morning. Later today, we're mainly going to be into the low to mid 60s. Further to the west, like Houston and Conroe, can start getting into the middle to upper 60s. But big changes tonight as that cold front starts working its way into our area. Further to the north, we'll be into the low 30s, and the rest of the region will be into the low to mid 30s. Down towards the coast will be into the 40s. This is thanks to our sponsor of Silsby Ford for the afternoon highs and the overnight lows. Here we are with what we will be dealing with our coldest morning. This is a strong cold front that moves through Friday, but this is a pretty quick blast. Won't last that long. Sunday morning will be our coldest morning. Hard freeze conditions for a majority of the region. Upper teens to low to mid 20s. Down towards the coast, this will be more so of a light freeze, mainly into the upper 20s to the low 30s. 30s. 7-day forecast for southeast Texas. The strong cold front moves through later on this evening, mainly overnight tonight. Temperatures drop throughout the day on Friday. It's going to be a hard time, mainly going to be into the upper 40s to low 50s coming up Friday afternoon. By Saturday morning, upper 20s to low 30s. Coldest morning is on Sunday. Hard freeze conditions with upper teens to low to mid 20s. And then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we gradually warm up into the 60s with overnight lows into the 30s and 40s, and then rain returns by the time we get into Wednesday. Same thing for southwest Louisiana. We've got that strong cold front bringing in more cold air for this weekend. Plenty of sunshine this weekend. Coldest morning will be on Sunday morning with the hard freeze conditions, and then the slow gradual warming trend comes up as we get into early to middle of next week. Rain chances on Wednesday. Definitely want to give a shout out to everybody that tuned in last week. This was last week during the winter storm. We were tracking it, following along with it. We had a couple live shows. 2.7 million people tuned in to Facebook and also using our weather app. We just want to say thank you to everybody that tuned in, making us one of your go-to trusted weather sources. We have only been together really for about 7 to 8 months. We started back in July, so not even a year old, and to have 2.7 million people tuning in to get weather updates, it's just, we can't thank y'all enough. Also a good time to go download the free Gulf Coast Weather Solutions app on the Apple and Google Play Store. Keeps you updated 24/7 no matter where you are. Also a good time to say thank you to all of our sponsors. 2.7 million people tuned in because we have some really neat graphics, really neat information, all the insight that you need. That's because we have some really neat sponsors that are allowing us to get all of this to bring to you. So thanks to our sponsor of HB Neal Construction, Silsby Ford, Switch Electric, Modern Concrete, Neutron Electrical Services, and also Do Good Credit Union. So thank all of our sponsors for bringing this to you guys. Y'all have a good Thursday. I will see y'all again on Friday morning. We'll have updates throughout the day on Facebook and YouTube, but especially on our free Gulf Coast Weather Solutions app. Y'all have a good Thursday. See y'all again tomorrow morning, and thanks for joining us this Thursday morning show.